Chapter 5 of the Sayings of Lao Tzu by Lao Tzu, translated by Lionel Giles. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Nemo. Government. Not exalting worth keeps the people from rivalry. Not prizing what is hard to procure keeps the people from theft. Not to show them what they may covet is the way to keep their minds from disorder. Therefore the sage, when he governs, empties their minds and fills their bellies, weakens their inclinations and strengthens their bones. His constant object is to keep the people without knowledge and without desire, or to prevent those who have knowledge from daring to act. He practices inaction, and nothing remains ungoverned. He who respects the state as his own person is fit to govern it. He who loves the state as his own body is fit to be entrusted with it. In the highest antiquity, the people did not know that they had rulers. In the next age, they loved and praised them. In the next, they feared them. In the next, they despised them. How cautious is the sage, how sparing of his words! When his task is accomplished and affairs are prosperous, the people all say, "We have come to be as we are, naturally and of ourselves." If anyone desires to take the empire in hand and govern it, I see that he will not succeed. The empire is a divine utensil which may not be roughly handled. He who meddles mars. He who holds it by force loses it. Fishes must not be taken from the water. The methods of government must not be exhibited to the people. Use uprightness in ruling a state. Employ indirect methods in waging war. Practice non-interference in order to win the empire. Now this is how I know what I lay down. As restrictions and prohibitions are multiplied in the empire, the people grow poorer and poorer. When the people are subjected to overmuch government, the land is thrown into confusion. When the people are skilled in many cunning arts, strange are the objects of luxury that appear. The greater the number of laws and enactments, the more thieves and robbers there will be. Therefore, the sage says, so long as I do nothing, the people will work out their own reformation. So long as I love calm, the people will right themselves. If only I keep from meddling, the people will grow rich. If only I am free from desire, the people will come naturally back to simplicity. If the government is sluggish and inert, the people will be honest and free from guile. If the government is prying and meddling, the people will be discontented. Is it realized that the ultimate ideal is absence of government? Otherwise, the straight will become the crooked, and the good will revert to evil. Verily, mankind have been under delusion for many a day. Govern a great nation as you would cook a small fish. If the empire is governed according to Tao, disembodied spirits will not manifest supernatural powers. It is not that they lack supernatural power, but they will not use it to hurt mankind. Again, it is not that they are unable to hurt mankind, but they see that the sage also does not hurt mankind. If then neither sage nor spirits work harm, their virtue converges to one beneficent end. In ancient times, those who knew how to practice Tao did not use it to enlighten the people, but rather to keep them ignorant. The difficulty of governing the people arises from their having too much knowledge. If the people do not have to fear the majesty of the law, a greater majesty will take its place. Do not confine them within too narrow bounds. Do not make their lives too weary. For if you do not weary them of life, then they will not grow weary of you. If the people do not fear death, what good is there in using death as a deterrent? But if the people are brought up in fear of death, regarding it as something unusual, and we can take and execute them, which of us will dare to do it? Now, there is always one who presides over the infliction of death. The man who would take his place and himself inflict death is like one who should try to do the work of a master carpenter. And of those who try the work of a master carpenter, there are few who do not cut their own hands. The people starve because those in authority over them devour too many taxes. That is why they starve. The people are difficult to govern because those placed over them are meddlesome. That is why they are difficult to govern. The people despise death because of their excessive labor in seeking the means of life. That is why they despise death. A sage has said, "He who can take upon himself the nation's shame is fit to be lord of the land. He who can take upon himself the nation's calamities is fit to be ruler over the empire." Were I a ruler of a little state with a small population, and only 10 or 100 men available as soldiers, I would not use them. I would have the people look on death as a grievous thing, and they should not travel to distant countries. Though they might possess boats and carriages, they should have no occasion to ride in them. Though they might own weapons and armor, they should have no need to use them. I would make the people return to the use of knotted cords. They should find their plain food sweet, their rough garments fine. They should be content with their homes and happy in their simple ways. If a neighboring state was within sight of mine, nay, if we were close enough to hear the crowing of each other's cocks and the barking of each other's dogs, the two peoples should grow old and die without there ever having been any mutual intercourse.